You can see him? You're on mute. Okay.
Hold on, let me do something real quick.
Okay.
Okay, so now it's good. So you made me host. That's very cool. Okay, so I'm gonna start bringing people in.
I can't see anybody.
It's weird.
Oh, I guess I'm not hosting. Let me make my, oh, I can't be co-host. It's fine.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. Let's see. Is this everyone? I think it is. Casey, Hodson, Philip, Oscar. Okay, I think that's everybody. I'm going to bring in Judge Eskew.
Good morning. This is the Bastrop County Court of Law, June 8th, 2021. The court calls cause number 2120726 for the purpose of the adversary hearing. Mr. Nisenblatt, would you make your announcement on the record, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Oscar Nisenblatt, attorney for the department. We have our investigator, Amber Mosset, and supervisor, Kayla Kilman.
Ms. Watson?
Casey Watson for alleged father, Joshua Martinez.
Mr. Eckel?
Hodson, excuse me, Hodson Eckel, attorney for respondent mother, Michaela Yates.
Mr. Wilson?
Philip Wilson, attorney ad litem for the child, Evelyn Yates.
Mr. Nisenblatt, would you like to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, I believe we have an agreement that we'd like to present to the court. The agreement would be the department will be named temporary managing conservator. The mother will be named possessory conservator. The alleged father, Mr. Martinez, the department agrees to provide him a paternity test. And should he be named the father, at that time, we will return to court to determine, or he reserves the right to come back to court to determine possessory conservator or managing conservatorship issues, should he be the biological father.
Okay.
And a continued placement, I believe it's a kinship placement with the grandparent, the maternal grandparents.
Ms. Watson, are you in agreement with that on behalf of your client?
I have not been able to speak with my client, so I don't have any authority to agree to that at this time. I had seen in a case before where I believe the court made an order in its own discretion and then ruled that the party who hasn't had contact with their client yet could do a motion for rehearing if, when contacting their client, they find that they weren't in agreement with that. I have every reason to believe that what Mr. Nisenblatt is saying is accurate, but again, I technically have no authority. I haven't spoken to my client at all. I can't get a hold of him yet.
Mr. Nisenblatt, are you opposed to my proceeding in that regard, accepting the agreement and allowing any motion for rehearing if they're not in agreement?
Yeah, that was my intention. That was my intention. That's kind of the communication I've had with Ms. Watson. I do know she has not been able to talk to her client. I do know from our investigation that the father is contesting paternity. So we are not opposed to proceeding today and leaving it open for any motion for new trial should that be filed.
Ms. Watson, let me make clear, because I do want to make clear, is that in the event that something like that is filed, what I need in that hearing is, in that motion, is not simply the request and that your client is not in agreement, but why or why not some specifics so that I can know, there's always that element of any rehearing or new trial that is basically along the lines of a meritorious defense. Give me some reason why I would rule a different way for the purposes of judicial economy, so that I could know that if I read that and thought that that was the evidence, it's something I might agree with, rather than just simply boilerplate language. So if we're on the same page about that, then I would proceed under that. So Mr. Eckel?
That works for us, Your Honor.
Mr. Wilson?
I'm fine with that, Your Honor. And I would just say real quick,
Yes.
kids doing great in placement, very familiar with that placement. So everything's going well there.
Casa?
CASA feels that TMC would be in this child's best interest, and we're in agreement with that.
Okay. Is there any testimony required based on that, Mr. Misenblatt?
No, Your Honor. I believe with this agreement, the Family Code allows us to make this type of agreement if the court determines it's in the best interest, and we can move forward.
Okay. The court will make that finding, and the CPS is named as temporary managing conservator. The placement requested with the kinship placement with paternal grandparents, you said, Mr. Misenblatt?
I believe it's
Maternal.
grandparents.
Okay, is approved, and paternity test is ordered.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.